Hello and welcome to DH9 Radio. You're listening to David, Owen and Andre, and this is...
Come on, Dave, you can do better than that, man.
DH9 Radio presents.
Whoa, hang on a second. DH9 Radio presents.
I think you've got it both wrong. We're going for a classy vibe, guys, okay? So it's DH9 Radio presents.
Nah, I still think you got it wrong, Davey. Come on, you got to get the people excited about our show. Or about
DH9 Radio presents.
How about, boys? We're all in this together. Let's all do this together.
DH9 Radio presents.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to Tech Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself. I'm David Doolin, and I'm with my co-hosts, Andre James and Owen Young.
Hello.
hello.
So, guys, today we've got plenty of tech to talk about, a few games, and a few films as well, haven't we?
Quite a... Yes, just that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, we've got a few
you
games
don't
to
want to reveal just yet.
Got to tease them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure, Davey, you just turn that volume down a bit so everyone can hear our voices.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've got some exciting stuff. You've got some exciting stuff with you today, Davey, don't you?
Well, I might
As do you
Yeah, I
as
do.
well, Owen. And
I'm just excited to be off the MacBook, to be honest.
Yeah.
No MacBook, no problem. That's my...
Yeah, tonight
call
we've
for the day.
got myself behind the mixing desk tonight, haven't we?
yes, and as promised, we said we'd bring new bands here every week, and that is exactly what we are going to do. We've got a band. We'll not say who they are yet. We'll introduce them when we play the first song.
Sounds like a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
So who wants to kick it off? I mean, I normally kick things off with the films. I don't know if you want to...
Why don't we
mix it
start
up?
this week with Andre?
I'm sure we did that last week. Okay. Yeah. We'll start this week off with Andre as like as a different thing, even though I started last week and the week before that. Right.
So I think that's how we're going to do it from now on.
Yeah. Right.
Really?
So every week you'll remember that I said I'm going to do a random game of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So
I'm
that is
excited.
exactly what I'm going to do. So this week I played a game called Scream Ride. All right, now that's a
Scream Ride?
Yeah. So basically, the best way I
Ooh.
can describe this, it's kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon,
Oh, yeah.
but instead of just pressing go and everything goes,
Yeah.
you've got to control the roller coasters, so you control the speed and all that stuff.
Oh, that's mad.
You can derail, and you can crash, all that stuff, and then you can kind of make maps as well. That is on the Game Pass, which is $7.99 a month, and we spoke about this last week.
Yeah, we did.
Also,
yeah.
this game, it's really weird. It's kind of like a futuristic, everything's run by robots. It's kind of got a semi-backstory, but it's not really important. But it's a really good game, and I actually enjoyed it. It was really good. And another game that I really enjoyed, right, okay, this is an old game, but you're going to both know what I'm talking about here, Goat Simulator.
Absolute classic.
So for anybody who's kind of wondering what Goat Simulator is,
I love
well,
Goat Simulator, mate.
that's what it is, really.
Yeah.
You're just a goat.
And I don't see a problem with that.
No, but that is also now on the Games Pass. So if you got the Games Pass on Xbox, then you can pick that up for free.
Yeah.
And basically you run around being a goat causing havoc. And it's really good. It sounds absolutely stupid,
I
but it's
know.
personally,
I've,
one of them games I can play for.
I've had a few goes of it, and I remember when I was playing it on PS4, and I always enjoyed going on the trampoline because you've got to gain momentum and start bouncing up and down, and then sometimes you go for some random houses and there's people getting mowed down by combined harvesters.
Yeah, there's a load of it's wacky. If you like wacky kind of indie type games that are
I done quite a lot of indie games to the Game Pass, aren't they?
yeah, it's very indie. It seems very indie based these days. But if you do like wacky indie games,
Yeah.
then I definitely recommend Scream Ride, which is the game I just mentioned about the roller coasters.
Yeah.
And I also recommend Goat Simulator. Is that nice, Owen?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just a little sip of me tunes.
What I actually, genuinely, my favourite part about Goat Simulator is the physics. The physics are, hilarious.
Really? I mean, yeah, I thought
If you get hit by a car, you just go absolutely flying.
I thought
That's
you
why
meant,
it's funny.
Yeah.
I thought you were enjoying them because they're really top level physics. They're not.
No.
It lags, and you kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but you basically turn into a ball and you fumble about, and if you get hit, it's really quite low
Well,
quality.
the controls
but it's good.
on Goat Simulator they're quite let's say weird. So there's not much to it. There's run, walk with your left stick, and then you click R1 or something to slap your tongue on something, and then you can latch onto something.
Yeah, that's a
It's
weird
not
physics.
a complicated game.
No.
No.
But like we say, if you want to be a goat, I guess, then that is Goat Simulator, and that is on the Xbox Game Pass. Alright, so, Owen, Mr. Movie Guy, tell us what have you brought to the table this week?
So obviously, you know, I come every week prepared for the movies coming out in next week. So from Monday the 1st to Sunday the 7th of July, there's 2 films coming out. Obviously one being today that I'm going to see. Spider-Man Homecoming. Here's a little paragraph for you all. You know, spoiler free. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on a new threat in a world that has changed forever. Now, this is starring, obviously, Zendaya, Samuel L. Jackson, legend.
Obviously.
Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a new Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't think that Mike picked it up there, but he's like a new to the cast.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's playing Mysterio, isn't he?
Yeah,
yeah.
Mysterio.
What, like, I love Mysterio, by the way. Like, you probably haven't went through the comments, have you? Like, him as a villain in that film is like is hilarious because in a lot of his kind of things, he's like a trickster. And he's a lot of the time he's a bit of a fraud.
Yeah.
But what they're doing here is it was actually hilarious in the Spider-Man 2 video game, which I suggest anyone play just for the web swing.
Is that the PS4 Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2.
That's
Right,
the game that
okay.
David constantly goes on about, the epic theme tune of when you're delivering the pizza.
Yes.
Okay, I just thought we should clear that up because obviously with Spider-Man being released recently on PS4.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fantastic game as well. I like that.
Yeah.
But Mysterio's like kind of one of my faves.
So what surprised me about this, obviously, you know, critic reviews are coming in. Metacritic is down now with 69%. Don't really believe them because Common Sense is saying it's a 4 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes critic score is saying it's a 93%, while the audience says it's a 99%.
Oh wow, that's pretty darn good, really.
I mean, even still, you know, the critics are enjoying it. Whether, you know, that might not be the highest score possible, but they're still enjoying it.
Have they got the...
So like we said last week, it's just kind of nitty-gritty stuff at this point, really.
Exactly.
Nothing...
So after that, that comes out tonight. I'm going to see it. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. July the 3rd, Midsommar, directed by Ari Aster. By the way, if you were interested, John Watts returns as the director for Spider-Man Far From Home. Even.
Oh, that's good. He's great, him.
So back on a Midsommar. That's starring Will Poulter. You don't know who Will Poulter is in? He's that name. No, go on. That name rings a bell. He's from that movie with Jennifer Aniston and
yes,
that weird
family.
Where
the Millers.
Yeah, Where the Millers. That's one.
That's brilliant. Another film you should watch.
William Jackson, Jack Rayner, and Florence Pugh, and their scores are coming in at Rotten Tomatoes with an solid 83%. Empire's a 5 out of 5, and Metacritic's 72%. I've wrote a little paragraph you would like to hear.
Is there any
Firstly,
comments
can I
about
just
it?
say it? Can you say that title slowly because I'm not quite getting what it's called.
The title,
Uh-huh.
Midsommar.
Midsommar.
By the way, guys, we never really discuss what we're going to talk about beforehand, so there is a confusion for us as well if one of us doesn't read something out.
Tell us what we always try and ask.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a bit of a
background
info
for
that one. Danny and Christian are a young American couple with a relationship on the brink of falling apart. But after a family tragedy keeps them together, a grieving Danny invites herself to join a Christian and his friends on a trip, once-in-a-lifetime midsummer festival in a remote Swedish village.
See, what Midsummer Murders has taught us is don't go anywhere if it's got midsummer in it.
Yeah, clearly.
Basically, it's just a dangerous thing.
So, what type of film is it? Is it a... I was going to say a comedy, but it kind of doesn't sound...
It says at the end of this paragraph, a carefree summer holiday in a land of eternal sunlight takes a sinister turn, so I'm guessing.
So thriller, I'm guessing.
Thriller movie.
Maybe horror. No, probably not horror. I'm guessing kind of axe killer type thing.
Yeah.
That's always that's as far as a sinister turn goes, really, isn't it?
It's never anything worse than that. It's just like sinister. A guy kills someone. Oh,
well, I mean that's quite sinister.
I mean, it's sinister. It is.
Davey just saying that that's not sinister. That's okay.
I'm not saying murder's good. I'm just saying it's not exactly as crazy as they could go.
You want more in a movie?
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about movies here, not real life. If anyone's listening.
Don't. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh dear.
But in let's say other news. In other news, Bill and Ted Freeze started filming, so that stars Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, and it's called Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Wait, Bill and Ted?
Yeah, Bill and Ted 3.
Make
Back
another
again?
one.
Yeah, they are. This one follows Bill and Ted to fulfill their rock and roll destiny.
Oh,
Bill and Ted were always quite successful in getting what they wanted. I feel like that's us kind of, just cruising along and...
Well, I wanted a McFlurry today, and guess what? Owen just got me one just got me one. So really, yeah, I was pretty successful today getting what I wanted.
I got one I didn't even ask.
I wasn't really.
All right, you're always getting one up on me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You know, when I buy one of the boys a McFlurry, it's a bit unfair and selfish if I leave the other
That is
boys out.
very
And
true.
like, if I don't get Andre a McFlurry, you might start crying.
Right, so Owen,
children.
is that all for the movies at the minute?
All I was going to ask is like, have you noticed the significant amount of things Keanu Reeves is starring at the moment?
He seems really... I mean, if you browse the internet and find anything about Keanu Reeves, it's never bad.
I know.
He's a nice guy.
He's kind of like... He's in the... he's with Tom Hanks.
I mean, he did kill 100 people just because someone killed his dog, but...
But that's a
film was
movie,
that?
that's okay. That's
yeah.
John Wick.
Hopefully that
I
wasn't
haven't
real
actually
life.
seen John Wick.
Haven't
No,
seen-
but he's kind of down to earth, and I think people like that. They
Yeah.
like the fact that these rich movie stars, they're not all snobby, snoot either. They're just regular people, and I think people like Tom Hanks,
I kind of like
Keanu
his
Reeves.
hair as well. His hair's quite fluorescent and...
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all show that, But
I mean-
it's a nice, it's just nice,
Yeah,
which is what people like.
Yeah, it's insane looking at Keanu Reeves, like compared to what he looks like now, to seeing him like say like The Matrix back in 2000.
Was he in The Matrix?
Yes.
Was he in The Matrix?
I mean, I didn't really watch The Matrix.
Neither did I, but even I knew that he was in the Matrix.
you haven't watched The Matrix.
So
Oh,
was he
right,
Neo?
he played
or-
Neo.
He played Neo? No.
I'll be honest,
No,
I
he
don't
did
know what a
not.
Neo is.
He didn't play Neo, that's a lie.
Or
I
who
haven't
Neo
seen
is?
The Matrix.
Neo's
It's
the main guy.
fantastic.
You know, the main guy who's
Oh,
like on
right.
the cover. I mean, at least you know that.
I mean, all I know about the Matrix is that like things get slow. Is that right?
It's a little bit different than that.
Oh right.
They're
Okay.
basically just because I need to. I just need to educate them right now. They're in a simulation,
Ah right.
so they're in a simulation where they can do anything that they can think of, really.
Oh, I've heard. Oh right. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
But so they're in like a futuristic society, and then they get put into a Matrix. But it's it's a horrible dystopian future,
Yeah.
and they get put into the Matrix, which is in a modern world kind of setting.
Ah, I get. Yeah, I might
Lovely.
watch that actually.
Kind of
Sounds-
gives them superpowers.
Sounds quite
you know,
good.
in a
Honestly, I'd
way.
rather watch Madagascar.
Oh wow.
Wow,
We
okay.
can tell Owen's got.
I've got the
right,
wiki
yeah.
of Madagascar in my head.
Fine
Right.
sense of
So-
taste.
I've got Madagascar lore, if you want to know.
Davey, what are you bringing to the table
Oh,
tonight?
well, I've got a few things I can talk about. So we can go straight into my 3 items of the week, or we can go into something a little bit more bizarre.
What do you want, Owen? Do you want to go 3 items of the week, or do you want to hear something
So
bizarre?
after sipping my pink lemonade and having a good think, let's go 3 items of the week, Davey.
Okay,
Go on,
dokie.
hit
We'll
me
have something
with it.
bizarre later. Okay, so let's start off with a camera. Funnily enough, this being tech show and us being videographers, we haven't actually talked about a camera on.
No, we actually haven't.
yeah,
Do
we
we know
haven't.
about cameras?
No, I don't even know what
I
cameras
think the
are.
issue is, it's like cameras come out, it's a bit like they have like kind of like a seasonal thing where they come out every couple of months.
There is that.
Yeah.
And I guess it's because we're just so used to them, we don't really think about talking
yeah,
about them
but
because
as
they're
well,
not like, yeah.
When you use cameras and stuff, you're always on. You'll use the same one for a while, and I think with cameras, it's really easy to fall behind like all the latest technology that's happening with them.
Yeah, it is.
Because a camera's not necessarily something that you're always, especially in our situation, we can't just buy the latest camera every time we want.
No, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
I'd do it if I could, but we can't. So
Yeah.
Mine was up to me. I would have a black magic for our standard cameras.
yeah, exactly. So
fair
tell
enough.
us about this camera, David.
So today we have 2 cameras to talk about. One for your avid photographer,
Okay.
and one for someone who's more into video. So we're going to talk about firstly, we're going to talk about the Panasonic Lumix GH5. Now, it has been out for a while. Apparently, the chat says that Keanu Reeves invented the modern digital camera. I'll believe that.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Go on,
So,
then.
anyway, the Lumix GH5, okay? So this camera, it's been out a little while, but I want to talk about it anyway because it's a really nice camera. And it's got everything a photographer needs.
This is the photography camera, right?
This is more based in photography.
Right,
You can do
okay.
video, but it's more like,
Yeah.
So it's DSLR. 4K photography and video. It's got a touchscreen display, makes things convenient when you're setting up the settings and changing everything about.
Nice.
It's pretty durable, apparently. Apparently, they've tested it from multiple fall heights. They didn't specify what, but it's taken the brunt of damage from falling, so it's pretty good with fall damage.
Sorry to interrupt, but can we just for people listening, can we have kind of a what is a DSLR?
A DSLR is it's just a.
It's more of a photography.
Well,
camera,
a DSLR is a. It's more of just a small handheld camera that you would use.
So you're thinking, your Canon 7D.
Yeah, so like the camera that you would tend to see like a tourist or someone like who's just going around just taking pictures of things or taking small videos on.
Sorry to interrupt, just obviously because not everyone's.
That's what DSLR is.
Yeah. Right, carry on.
There are a few things that I did note that wasn't as good as I thought it could be, considering it is quite a modern camera.
Right. Okay.
The ISO doesn't go as high as it should these days. My Sony A7 II can go to 27,000 ISO. This can go to 20,000. Now,
should I ask you what ISO is?
So ISO is basically how sensitive the camera can be to light.
Yeah.
So it's just how sensitive it is.
But you can also add light to the camera, but you need to watch out if you're taking a photo, because an ISO can ruin or damage the way the photo looks.
That's the thing, yeah. It can add what we call is
grainy.
Yeah, grain
type. Doesn't look great.
Yeah. So it can make like the image. So it can brighten an image up, but it can make it look worse.
Yeah. So this camera doesn't have grace. Doesn't go very high. ISO. Okay.
Though again, not many people are filming at that high or take pictures at that high of an ISO. I mean, that sort of ISO's for like star photography and things like that, astronomic. Yeah. So it's So I guess you could kind of like get away with it. However, it does have something really nice. It has motion tracking autofocus.
Oh, see, I think all cameras have that.
Actually, ours do.
Yeah, they do.
They do. So basically, it can track a moving target and it can keep focused on it,
which is helpful because if anyone films, you'll know how if somebody's moving, something's moving, it can go out of focus. So it's nice to have, because it depends. I'm trying to think the best way to describe this, but if somebody gets a bit closer or a bit further,
you have to adjust the focus.
Yeah, which can be a pain, and especially if you're trying to keep it as one shot.
Yeah.
So if it's got that, that's always a nice thing.
Yeah.
It also depends on the lens you got on your camera, because I know some lenses can prevent the focus being too close.
Well, it's all about how you've set your aperture. If you've set your aperture really low, it means that it's going to be harder to focus on something.
Technical words, Davey. What's it mean?
So aperture.
Come on,
so
David.
aperture is basically just there's a kind of ring inside of the camera lens, okay, and it kind of opens and closes. It closes more. To allow for less light to get into the camera, so it can adjust how dark or light the image is. But at a price, it makes the focus much more close to the subject. It can give a really blurry background and things like that.
It's kind of like how, in a way, the iris closes up.
Yeah, it's literally just like an eye.
Yeah,
when it adjusts to light.
I mean, you might see this a lot if you've got a new iPhone. And they kind of advertised it on their new camera. How
that's true, yeah.
There's a bit of a portrait mode, and if you take someone's face, it'll literally blur out the background. That's it's also described as a depth of field.
Yeah, look at that today, guys. We're giving actual technical advice and know-how.
Wow.
Look at that.
We still haven't picked on Apple yet.
Well, don't worry, we've got time for that.
Oh, of course.
So it is more photography focused. The video, it doesn't have so many video options, but. Panasonic have released a different version of the camera called the GH5S, which is specifically designed for more videography instead of photography.
Yeah.
So the only difference is that it's basically got a higher quality in the video, and it's got a larger colour range for when you're actually filming.
Yeah, so, just more things that are going to suit you as somebody who's videoing things. Rather than. My question is, how much are one of these going to set you back?
Yeah.
So you can actually get it for around 1,500 in Currys, and you can get it with a 16mm lens to 60mm.
That's not bad because I've got my.
For camera wise, that's probably lower end, really, isn't it?
I mean, that price is cheap as chips for cameras.
For camera, obviously, it's still expensive, and it's not something you can just pull out. But for a camera, it's not actually that bad.
No,
I was expecting. hence I guess there's a few compromises in there. Hence the price.
It isn't.
obviously.
It isn't like the most. I mean, like our cameras that we have in house are a little bit better.
Yeah.
But like that's like. It's like the quality difference isn't that much. Especially if you were just doing photography, it's fine.
I mean, some guys are out here charging 10 grand for tripods.
Exactly.
So, compared to
It's
that,
a really good consumer camera for if you're looking to get into photography, or if you're looking to take some family videos, or even like get into making your own videos or taking your own
just
pictures.
a reminder, by the way, if you're still unsure, tripods, just remember, it's like triangular. It's that big stick thing that the cameras go on with the three legs.
Tripod's probably the most simple thing we've mentioned today.
I know.
I think everyone's probably heard of a tripod. I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, if not,
Just like remind them, really, because some people, I don't know, they might forget because they're not all about film and TV like we are.
Boys, can I ask you a question?
Oh, you can indeed.
I'm going to shoot right back to games.
I'm in for it.
Did you like Pokemon Go?
Yes and no. Yes, to the point it was quite creative, and got
Did you
your
play it?
house. I did play it. However, I think the killer for most people is the battery usage and the data. It obliterated your data. So
Yeah,
you're going off
that's
high.
true. Davey, did you play it?
I did actually.
Do you enjoy it?
Me and my girlfriend actually lost a lot of weight playing it, I'd say.
Oh, really?
So when it came out, we actually walked around a lot. It was pretty sad. I mean, my girlfriend's really into Pokemon, so kind of got me into it. But like, as you can hear, I've just turned it on. I'm actually going to tell you my level because it's pretty embarrassing.
Wow. Well, obviously, I've not just come here to ask you if you like Pokemon Go. Yeah, that's Davey being really inconsiderate, just playing that right off my voice.
We don't
Thanks,
really want to
Davey.
hear the Pokemon Go theme tune.
No, but I guess the radio can wait. We'll just wait for Davey to finish his game.
Well, sorry, I've just got to catch this Pikachu.
Are you joking?
You spotted.
Yeah, I'm just
Right.
catching this
Okay.
Pikachu.
Right. So anyway, the reason I was asking you this was there is a new game like Pokemon Go
Oh, go on, Davey.
called Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
That's another one I've played actually.
Oh, you've actually played that?
Yeah. I was level 17 on Pokemon, by the way. By the way, guys, the Pikachu got away.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you deserve that for whipping that out right here. But so new Harry Potter Wizards Unite game, and it's very similar to Pokemon Go
It is, yeah.
in a sense of. Right, I'm going to be honest. It's you walk around and do stuff in the same way as Pokemon Go, but how does it? Because you said you played it. How does it work in terms of? Because obviously you throw Pokeballs with Pokemon Go. How does it work for this?
Well, with the Harry, with Wizards Unite, if I can get my words out. Wizards Unite. With that, you cast spells, so you've got to actually cast a specific spell to sort out a specific monster or enemy. But the thing is, you don't with Pokemon Go, you're collecting your Pokemon and getting them ready for battles and things like that. You don't do that in Harry Potter Go. You just kind of collect a scrapbook of things that you've encountered.
So it's a bit like it's
Is
the
that
same
it?
idea.
Yeah,
it's
and
the
it's-
same idea, but like not much to
There's
do.
not much personalization in the sense that
Yeah.
you can't like have you can't have a creature name.
Realistically, I thought they were going to do like make it. You go out and instead of using your finger to cast a spell, maybe use the motion on your phone and be
that'd be a good idea.
switch.
That was what I was thinking. That'd be cool as hell.
By the way, before we continue with this, if anybody does want to play Harry Potter Wizards Unite, it's a new AR game, augmented reality. Basically means like part of the world is the game. It uses your camera.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. You've got to like turn around and look around your surroundings.
So it's similar to
try and find
Pokemon
things.
Go, and it is on iOS and Android. So if you've got any of them phones, an Apple phone or like a Samsung, something like that, then you can play it. And I believe it's free.
It is free,
Yeah, it's
but
free to play.
microtransactions,
So,
as you imagine.
But the thing is, right? I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of them. I don't like that type of game.
Fair
But
enough.
I do think it's a good way to get people
Out
kind of
and about.
moving, playing games.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
obviously that's everyone, you always hear these days that like about child obesity and stuff, and it's Davey tapping his belly there, about childhood obesity and stuff, and a lot of people
Davey, you're just big
relate,
bones, man. No way.
they relate back to games.
Yeah.
So which is a good reason why I think something like this, it gets people out.
It does.
Like
See-
people want to go out for it.
Nothing wrong with it.
See, the maker of Harry Potter Wizards Unite came out and said that the figure that there's a lot more Harry Potter fans than Pokemon fans, so it was gonna get downloaded more. But then the figures came out, and I think in the first day, Pokemon had over millions of downloads, and Harry Potter only breaks, was it 400,000?
Well, I think the difference is with this, Pokemon Go was the first game like this.
Yeah.
Like in terms of you got to go out, walk about, and catch, or find something. You got to walk in the real world. Whereas it's almost like a copy. Obviously, it's better if you like Harry Potter, but it is pretty much just a copy, so it's not as revolutionary as Pokemon
it
Go
basically
was.
is. Yeah, it's
And-
just not very interesting.
Yeah,
It's like people got bored of Pokemon Go already.
Pokemon Go was on the news, and
Yeah.
obviously, people tried to slate it. They'd say, "Oh, people are getting murdered when playing Pokemon Go." You heard all sorts of ridiculous stories about it.
I will say
But-
that Harry Potter there's probably more Harry Potter fans as they say.
You really think so?
There is. I'd
Well,
say so.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
Harry
No, because
Potter's kind of like
but Harry Potter was only primarily UK based. Was it
No.
not?
American. No,
Was it
no,
American?
It's very big in America.
It's the world, really.
When
I
it
mean,
first
Yeah.
came out, but when it first came out, was it?
I know, but
not?
now the Harry Potter film franchise was like the highest grossing
Huge.
film
I mean, I'm not
franchise
saying
of
it
all
like
time.
because I actually adore it so much.
But,
I'm the biggest Harry Potter
So
fan.
actually, I'm curious, guys. Has anyone actually played Pokemon Go or Harry Potter Wizards Unite? Can we get that in the chat? What do you think about it? Do you prefer Harry Potter Wizards Unite, or do you prefer Pokemon
What's the
Go?
chat? What's the chat saying at the moment?
Yeah, well,
like?
apparently someone's thinking that there's a Pokestop at the station. Unfortunately, there isn't. I wish there was, but there was a Pikachu hanging about. One of the
Well,
alleyways,
that's kinda
apparently. And there's also a comment. Do you think Apple will make a useless tripod? That's relating to our last conversation.
People just want to
earlier.
hear you talk about Apple, Davey, I think.
I think a lot of people just have grievances.
Maybe Apple will go into cameras one day.
I mean, I'd like to clarify
I
that.
guarantee I won't buy one.
I like to clarify that it's not us making the products.
Power
that are
button sold
overpriced.
separately. Power
Yeah,
button
Yeah.
charger
Yeah.
sold separately.
yeah. Also, if you want to take a picture, you'll actually have to buy the button. You'll actually,
With the picture credit.
Yeah.
yeah. So for every you get every 100 pictures, you got to pay £10 to Apple for royalties.
If you want to buy more ISO than 800, you have to pay an extra £50.
Right, let's calm down. Let's get
Yeah,
back on Andres.
Right, so I think that's enough of that. Now, as I have said at the beginning of this show, every week we will be bringing a new band. Obviously, yes, this is a tech show, but it's nice just for in between the breaks, when we sit and do nothing.
Yeah.
It's nice to play some music.
We're local
So-
boys. We
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
help out.
So we
Yeah.
have got a local band today. They are from, not too specific, but they are from the north of England, and they are called I nearly said grass. They're not Plastic Glass
Yeah.
is what they are called, okay?
Unique name.
So they
I like
have
it.
Lewis as the singer, Ben as the bassist, Dylan guitar, and Fraser as the drummer. So they write all their own songs, and in July they are headlining Think Tank,
Oh wow.
which is in
Wow.
Newcastle. So we have one of their songs today. We're
We
going to
do
play one
indeed.
now. We're going to play one at the end of the show. Davey, would you like to introduce the name of this song?
So this song here is Broken Town, and we hope you enjoy it. We'll be back after the song.
Woo!
We've gotta get away from this broken town. It's not the place to be. We'll only drag you down. There's no one to love. There's not much to see. The poverty is real.
that is Plastic Glass, and that was Broken Town. So, if you do like that, then feel free to give them a listen. They're on Facebook and Spotify.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, you might have been able to hear. They are very... I was told they were influenced by the likes of The Verve, Reverend, and The Makers.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So,
so-
yeah.
We met some of the band that were in the Midnight Drive with The Independent in Sunderland.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Nice
Talk.
lads, really.
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to hear more from them and know about upcoming tours or whatever they're doing, I think you should go for Plastic Glass on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. Plastic Glass are on Facebook if you are
Have they got an
interested.
Instagram as well?
I'm not sure about that, but they are definitely on Spotify if you
Oh.
want to find them.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Ooh. See?
So, which is a good thing. Which is where I first heard them, and I listened.
Really?
I was really impressed. So I thought, right, we'll have them. Let's take them. We'll put
And
them
they're
on the
also
show.
promoting an environmentally friendly message.
Yeah, they've got a
Plastic
really,
glass.
they've got a really like it's like a classic kind of like I don't know, kind of sound a bit like
It's a nice sound they've got.
yeah,
Yeah, I like it. It's
I'll listen to them on a long car drive, like.
that's
Yeah.
it. They've got a road drive feeling.
yeah. That's not a bad thing, by the way. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Somebody once said, I can't remember who, but I've definitely heard somebody say this. If it needs to sound good in the car,
Oh, definitely.
which I agree with. If your song doesn't sound, it needs to sound good in the car.
Yeah.
So, this isn't a music show, unfortunately, and we
Unfortunately,
could talk about this forever. But Owen, take it away.
So back onto film and TV news. It's more to the TV part. One thing I'd like to mention is Netflix are now increasing the prices. I think we were discussing in the car to around £11. But also not just increasing the prices, but they are adding ads.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Ads. They're putting ads on Netflix.
Why?
Well, we've been hearing that their revenue hasn't been as good as things like in America are like HBO Go or HBO Now. So I guess
Did they
that
have
might
ads?
be. They have ads.
Oh, wow.
But I think they only have ads on the actual site, and I think their prices are expensive anyway.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Netflix is talking about putting ads on the actual like videos,
Oh,
like
okay.
before you watch
Yeah.
an episode or something.
So you
I guess
can't
I-
escape it. does
It's
not-
like what Amazon does.
I
Yeah.
guess that's not that bad. If you
I
think
mean,
about
it's
it.
not, and
No.
it's just a bit of an inconvenience. Do you know what I mean? I
The-
think that's kind of the
biggest
whole-
thing is the prices are coming up. But that's the thing, you're paying more, but
How-
then you
how
get
much-
less.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically you get more
But the
viewing
selling point
footage.
of Netflix. Sorry, Andre.
Maybe not the sort of stuff you want to listen to, though.
But yeah, but you can still watch it.
Sorry,
Technically.
I'm getting a bit too ahead of myself, but like the selling point of Netflix was the idea it had no ads. So if you're going to
Yeah.
use that as a selling point and then completely go back on the word you said,
I mean, I
it's
think the
like-
main selling point was the fact you could watch anything whenever you fancied, really. But the ad thing was a bonus,
So that's
like a
what-
good
yeah.
bonus.
Very good bonus. I mean, I hate ads. Oh,
Yeah, so do I.
Well, enough-
ad blocker, guys.
How much,
Get ad
how
blocker.
much is it going up, by the way?
So I checked today. It was I was looking on because you try and get a snide free account.
Yeah, they
So
haven't
you'd
said
have to
anything
pay.
just yet.
Yeah, free.
The,
Yeah.
the one thing I noticed when I went on the account page was there's now basic, standard, and premium packages for it.
Has that not always been a thing?
No, I don't
Has it
even
not?
think. I don't know.
You get you can get like different, like a number of rooms.
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like
Yeah, I
that's
know I
like-
would say number of rooms, but now they're saying if you get the basic package, you can't watch anything in HD. It's always stand.
No, I think it has always been that way,
Really?
actually. Yeah, at least for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had Netflix for a while, so maybe I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, so but basically that's for like if you've got one account. It's basically encouraging you not to just have one account.
Yeah.
But I actually, I didn't really want to talk about that part. I kind of wanted to talk about the new Witcher Free show that's coming on. Now, there was
The Witcher.
The Witcher, The Witcher Free. It's out of. Davey, would you like to? Sorry, Witcher Free. Then would you like to introduce Witcher Free because you know more about it, don't you?
Well, so the show is The Witcher. It's based off of the books that the game was based off of.
Yeah, I was going to say it's have a link, but I'm guessing it does.
Sorry.
I was going to ask if that was linked, but I'm guessing it is.
Yeah. So it's not. It's actually set way before the third Witcher game. So it's basically about Geralt's travels before them. But
See
if you
Geralt
haven't played The
yeah.
Witcher, like the games, they're phenomenal.
Spoke about that
They're
last
so
week,
fun.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just going to add that.
So the son of Dubdate is the new Game of Thrones, and he said the novel saga will be written by Andrzej Sapkowski,
Andreas
And-
Sapkowski. I think
And-
that's how it's pronounced. I don't know.
And Henry, is it Henry Saville? Is it?
Yeah, Henry Saville. So the guy who played Superman is playing Geralt. This monster hunter, which
Yeah.
in a fantasy setting, which is weird because I kind of feel like Cavill's too pretty.
I kind of don't know what you're talking about.
So Henry, you know the guy who played Superman? Did you not see any of the Man of Steel films? Right?
Yeah, I know what he looks like.
Yeah. I think he's too pretty. So
He's
he's
rather
meant to be like this grizzled like monster
I'm
hunter.
sure they'll
But
make
fair
him
though,
look.
in the pics,
They've got the pictures out, and he's just too pretty.
in the pics,
Oh,
though,
right.
he did look. He suited the part, and his co-star. Let me just. Freya Allen is Siri. She looks good, and like obviously all the nice little robes.
Well, I mean, I might give it a watch.
I mean, I'm gonna
Um,
definitely give it a watch. I mean, I like the Witcher.
I'm assuming
like,
it's
world.
something you can watch without having played the games. Cause
Yeah,
that
it's set
would be-
before the
yeah,
games.
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say.
only playing a bit of a part, like in just.
I mean, they'll
It's
probably
based
like
off the books.
probably be little things where you'd be like, "Oh, I recognise that from the game."
Yeah.
Or they might reference something.
Yeah, there'll be like characters who are in the games.
Yeah.
But like they'll be younger.
But then again, if it's the next Game of Thrones, little secret here, boys.
You're still catching up, aren't you?
Yeah.
I stopped.
You stopped.
Yeah, it just
Oh,
takes us forever to
no.
watch it.
What do you mean you
Like
stopped?
me and Sam were watching it. She wanted to watch like 2 or 3 episodes at a time, and I'd just watch one. I'd be like, "Can we
What?
have like a 6-hour break?"
You said no,
I've let her go ahead.
especially.
I remember going through like a big
especially
binge.
on the early episodes. Like I think it was like 5 episodes in one sitting at a time.
I
Yeah.
just can't get into it. I can't get into Game of Thrones. There, I've said it.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, to be
Heard
fair
here
though-
first, folks.
Oops.
To be fair though, the later, the ending was less. People said it was less to be desired.
I didn't mind it.
Well, there we go. Exactly. Why do I want to watch that many hours of a show to be disappointed? Everyone's ruined it
When you
anyway.
when you can watch all the high-rated Toy Stories.
No, exactly. I'd rather that. Toy Story is better anyway.
Well,
Prefer it.
I guess that's what you'd say.
And it's still fantasy technically.
I can't argue there. I mean, my toys have never jumped up and attacked me, or
Yeah, I can
maybe that
imagine
sounded a bit wrong.
Maybe you're doing it wrong.
Oh, my
Maybe
word.
like you've got to do it in a sequence, like they did on Toy Story.
Anyway,
Right. Yeah, we should. This is getting dangerous.
anyway, let's.
Davey, I want to hear about. You mentioned before you had weird gadgets. Was it?
I do actually have something a little bit weird.
And I really want to hear what this is. So
Go on.
please enlighten us with your weird gadgets.
So I have found something. So say you wanted to be a parent, right? But you didn't want to change the nappies. Okay. I'm sure many of us here have wanted that. Yeah.
I don't really want a child at the
don't
moment.
know where you're going with this.
Go on. keep
Okay.
going.
So I have found the Lovett. Have you heard of that? Anyone heard of that?
No.
So the Lovett is a miniature robot that follows you around asking for cuddles and can even fall asleep in your arms. So
Okay.
it actually raises its arms up when it wants a cuddle. So like apart from it being really weird, I'll be honest, it is a bit creepy. It's actually really clever robotic technology put into this thing.
I've got a question. Got my hand up. What
He
if you
actually
don't
did, by
give
the
it a cuddle? Like, what if does
It
turn-
cries.
Oh, so
Oh
does
my
it not
word.
turn into like an iRobot type
Though,
scene where like,
Unlike your baby, you can turn it off if it cries.
Oh right. I mean, I suppose that's.
oh god,
So it was
bit of a-
developed in Japan.
what an upgrade!
Yeah.
It was developed in Japan, and they actually have a quote from the makers. I have a
Right.
quote. The Lover was made to nurture people's capacity to love. Isn't that nice?
Ah, that is quite sweet.
I mean, you'd be loving a robot, but I mean, I
don't
guess
know.
it kind of like shows that it loves you back, except it really
Yeah.
doesn't.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? There might be some like deeper reason we're sat here thinking that's just a robot.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Damn.
Maybe people.
Maybe this is how real life Terminator starts.
God
Yeah.
damn it,
Like the Love It.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know. Maybe people don't want kids, but they do want kids, but they're not committed. So get one of them. If you don't like it, you can
I might
get
get a
rid of
Love It, to be honest.
How much?
Worse.
Sorry?
Oh. They're, so starting prices are 4,320.
No, not getting one. Don't want it.
And to be fair, overall that's cheaper than raising a child.
Whoa,
Well,
what?
yeah.
Like
but-
raising a child is like it's probably like put into like the hundreds
What's
of
that price
thousands.
tag
So
again?
That
like-
was too high.
so really, 4,320 cheaper than a baby.
Davey, you have a really weird way of justifying every single thing.
Well, in America, where you have to pay for your own healthcare, just think of how much it costs to have a baby.
Well, yeah, that is true.
So really, in America, you should just get a lover because it'll be cheaper than the healthcare costs of having a baby.
Yeah, but what if you actually want to have a baby?
And why not get save your money, get a love it, and just spend it on like a Tesla?
Yeah, but the only difference between a lover and
£4,000.
Yeah, but like
you can't get a Tesla. For
that's like the fifth of a Tesla. So really,
all right, okay, I
who's
can buy
the
a
winner?
Tesla door. I
Yeah.
can buy a Tesla door, guys.
You can buy the autopilot upgrade to no Tesla.
So yeah, okay, that's all right. So it's basically a fake robot baby is what that is.
Yeah,
I guess
also
if you
cheaper
can't
than a real
have
baby.
kids, I guess maybe it's nice.
I mean,
I suppose that's probably like a bonus. Of
that's
it.
probably. I mean, I don't want to say it, but maybe that's what their market is. I don't know.
Maybe we
I mean,
probably shouldn't slate it in that case.
I can always imagine like in 50 years' time, there's going to be like I'm going to be walking down the street and I'm going to look under a bridge and there's going to be like a leftover love it.
Oh God!
Just sat there by itself.
so
Kill me!
it's like I'm like, what are you doing here, man? And he's like, oh God, I wasn't loved, so
Yeah,
I got
well,
casted out.
So if you don't love it, does it turn evil or?
No, it doesn't say anything about taking over the world or becoming Terminator. So I
I'm
think we're
sure
good.
the advertisement doesn't
Let's get
say
John
that.
Connor. Yeah, it doesn't say it, but
Yeah.
doesn't mean it doesn't mean it.
Read the small print, folks. Read the small print. Right, what else have you got for us, Davey?
So I want to talk about Apple.
Brilliant. Andre, you knew it was coming, so let's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
act
yeah, of
all
course, of
surprised.
course.
So this week I've went a little bit different,
Okay.
and I found something a little bit extra.
All right.
So I found the Apple Watch Edition. That's what it's called.
Right.
So it is a collector's edition watch.
Okay.
So it's basically the standard Apple Watch, but it's coated in 24 karat gold.
Wow.
Now, I feel like this is a little bit of a cheat because it was discontinued last year, but I'm still going to talk about it because this is what I
They're
do.
the one who put it on the market.
Yeah, you talk about things that don't exist anymore, Davey.
I mean, some people own it still.
No, yeah, some people will.
I mean,
that's true.
you'll be
What's
saying that
so
when you-
bad about this watch?
It costs £17,000.
Right. Okay, that's a lot.
So I thought I was like, well, 24 karat gold might cost that much. It might be that might be why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's look at a bracelet for 24 karat gold. So just something that would be around about the same size as the
Like a real gold bracelet.
24 karat gold. Which, by the way, 24 karat gold is the equivalent to pure gold. So that's how carats go. The higher the carat is the higher it
purity.
like the purity.
Is
And the
24 like
highest
the
it can go
highest?
is 24.
Okay,
So this
okay.
is pure gold.
Right. Okay.
You know what's
So
better
it's not
than
mixed with
24,
anything else.
though? You know what's better than 24?
What?
25.
Thank you, Owen. So
Next week, Owen will not be here.
If someone got that reference, please say in the chat, because I can't be just by myself who knew that was off SpongeBob.
No, I know it. Right, so I found a bracelet of 24 karat gold, which wasn't very easy because apparently they don't make many things in 24 karat gold.
I can't imagine they do, to be honest.
So,
it's just expensive, isn't
It
it?
cost $2,045. So
Little
I
bit
was
of a
like, okay,
marker.
so maybe it's the tech that they put in. I looked at the Apple Watch edition. It's literally the average Apple Watch, just with gold on it. So I was like, okay, how much is an Apple Watch? So on the market today, you can get an Apple Watch for £399.
Oh,
So that's $2,444 is my estimate for making a 24 karat gold Apple Watch edition. So where is the £14,456 going?
workers' wages.
But the price of this bracelet here
See.
is also into the workers' wages.
See, Davey has no consideration
it's
for the
profit,
grafters.
Davey, it's profit.
Davey
alright?
hasn't got any
The big
consideration.
CEO's pocket, that's where it's going, alright? But, right, okay. I know, obviously, you hate Apple, you want to, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
to be
fine.
fair, £17,000, how much do people pay for, like, a Rolex? Rolexes are really expensive, and that just tells the time. At least the Apple Watch does stuff.
I mean, yeah, but I guess, a regular Apple Watch does stuff too.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's a
Although
bit
I'm
of a
kind of
weird
confused
flex.
who's buying the 24 karat gold Apple Watch, because most people who've got that much money to spend on a watch, they will typically go for like Rolex or something.
That's really it, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
who's doing that?
I mean, obviously, yes, a Rolex is like really high quality
yeah.
and kind of a status thing as well, a little bit.
Basically, if
But-
you've got enough to buy an Apple Watch edition, you might as well just buy yourself a new car
Can
or
I just
something.
can I just put
Yeah,
it
I
in
mean,
and
you
say
could.
something?
Yeah.
Can I say something?
What?
So if you take that, how much was that?
the price for the
Yeah.
Apple Watch, £17,000.
Yeah, if you take that £17,000 and then add the money for that robot you mentioned, that's literally like nearly the same price as a Tesla.
How much is a Tesla?
Hey!
So today we're advertising the Tesla.
Wow.
So who won in the end?
So
Owen
Elon
Young
Musk is
won.
releasing a new Tesla, and we're going to buy it. This is DOA
Yeah.
talking about
Right.
Teslas.
Boys, I've got something to talk about, and I am really excited.
Lay it on.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
before we start with this, I'm just going to say these are, what's the word? Rumours? Leaks? Whatever you want to
They
call it.
seem pretty
Highly
regarded.
It might not be true. It might. Some of this might be slightly exaggerated. Some of it might be complete lies.
I mean, we're not
Yeah.
saying we hope
So
it's
this
not.
is a game leak,
exaggerated.
okay?
Okay.
So, the game leak that I want to talk about today is GTA 6.
Ho ho ho!
Now, GTA 5 was unbelievable, okay? But let's talk about GTA 6, because I think it's about time that we have a little
I'm
look
happy
at
for
this. So, apparently, the next GTA has been in development since 2012, okay? But production didn't begin properly until 2015 because of the obvious Red Dead Redemption 2.
Which was a masterpiece in itself. So
Alright? So, codename is apparently Project Americas, okay?
okay.
So it's set in both Vice City and a new fictional location based in Rio de Janeiro.
Now
Oh,
that is
wow.
Yeah.
interesting. So we're actually
Wow.
leaving the United States.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
And as well, there will also be some side missions where not side missions, some missions there where you go to Liberty City, but you can't go back there. Think of Londondorf in GTA 5.
The place like the study place. Yeah.
You can go there, but you can't
Do
stay
much.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you
in
say
West
we
City.
can't
It's just
go
for like
there.
certain missions.
You say we can't
G-
go there, but PC mods.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I
this
know
is
about that,
GTA
yeah.
6 that we're talking about here, okay? And the game, this bit I don't know how I feel about, because obviously, like I say, it might not be true, it might be true. Some of it I hope's true, some of it I hope isn't.
Okay.
It says the game will balance realism and arcade, and it won't be as realistic as Red Dead Redemption,
Okay.
which feels like a bit of a downgrade. Obviously, we've not played it, don't know what they mean by that, really.
Do they
but-
not mean by like
think they're
body physics?
Yeah,
and stuff
what
like
I
that?
think they mean is that they're going to take a lot more liberties with like realism, like as in, like Red Dead Redemption was like super ultra realistic in the sense that everything was like it was like everything just
suppose you
felt
have
like
to
real.
eat.
Yeah, and eat and everything like that.
Yeah.
I highly doubt there's going to be like eating and core management and
Yeah.
GTA 5.
So,
That's GTA 6. So
there
they'll-
will be
yeah.
one playable character this time.
Alright.
Okay, and obviously there's been a lot of talk about possibly a female
Yeah.
protagonist. It's still going to be a male. It will be set in the 70s and 80s.
No, that isn't true.
Okay.
I like that.
Wow.
So you start off
classic cars.
basically doing like drug runs, and then you come up to kind of America type thing. All right.
Uh-huh.
By the way, this game is also apparently GTA 6 based on the Netflix show Narcos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like not based on it, but it's got a very heavy influence
You know
behind
one,
it.
you know
Actually,
one section that everyone did miss from GTA 5 was the idea of like you could, well, I guess, control your weight, but not to a certain degree. You have to keep on eating. It's like everyone enjoyed going to the gym.
Yeah. Wait, in
and did
GTA
stuff.
5.
No, it was in San Andreas,
Oh,
wasn't it?
San Andreas,
Yeah.
that's it.
Um,
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah, so if anyone's not seen Narcos, it's basically about Pablo Escobar and his drug empire. There'll be a giant prison in the game, which I think's exciting.
Oh,
Okay.
how big are we talking?
Well, I don't know, but
just say
it
giant,
says
huh?
there will also be a chapter system,
Oh,
very
like Red
similar
Dead.
to very similar to Red Dead. And this is the bit that I think is quite exciting. Okay, so as it's set, it's not set over like a year or a short period. It's set over a long period of time.
All right.
So buildings will change, vehicles will get older, rare classic cars will get more expensive as time progresses. So it's got a full economy.
Oh, wow.
All
How
right.
many years is this going to be over?
It says it'll be set in the 70s and 80s. So
What
that
you think of like early 70s to late 80s?
it sounds like it. Okay. So yeah, heavily inspired by Narcos. All right. So big emphasis on like drug gangs, all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff. You can only have weapons on your person, no arsenal in your back pocket, like kind of Red Dead.
like weapon wheel type stuff.
So yeah, that was one thing I did hear about. It was that you store your weapons in your car boot.
Yes, so that's the next thing I was going to say. So just like in a sense of, and if anyone's played Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically, you'll know that your kind of horse is where you stored everything.
Yeah.
So that is what your car will be in this game.
I kind of like that. I
So
really did like that.
Your personal vehicle will be like your horse saddle. All equipment is stored in the trunk, and that's where you'll put like body armor. Okay? So it's not like it's a very different turn for GTA, because GTA you can just carry stuff, can't you?
Yeah.
It's never really been
just all on your person. You're just like taking it out your jacket, just like, oh, let me just get my RPG.
It says also there will be tons of subtitle reading. Essentially, there's going to be lots of speaking in Spanish.
Oh, right, okay.
Fair enough. It's in Rio de Janeiro.
I mean, yeah. Oh, it'd be Portuguese then.
GTA is now their Rockstar's primary focus.
Yeah.
Okay. And it doesn't. I've read different things about release dates, but it's not for quite a while yet. So I've read something like 2023, 2022.
Okay.
All right, but I think this leak's come from somewhere. You know what I mean? So some of it might be true, some of it might not. Some of it might change. Some of it might be true, but it might change, if that makes sense.
Well, leaks from Rockstar have been pretty consistent over the past few years. Red Dead Redemption 2 was leaked, and it was confirmed almost straight after.
Yeah.
Information about GTA 5's release on PC, an actual video was shown for that.
Red Dead was shown as well.
Yeah. There was actual videos that were actually like leaked of that. So I've got they do have a history of their leaks being pretty accurate.
Yeah, but I kind of, some of the things that I read there I really like. I like the fact, you maybe have a big drug empire, that type of thing. And I also like the fact they're taking it out of America.
Yeah.
I never thought they'd do that.
What I really, really, really wanted though, Rio de Janeiro sounds cool as hell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like working in South America and things like that. But what I always wanted was a London GTA.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, alright? Because I don't know whether you played this game, I don't know whether you like it. This wasn't, I've not planned on talking about this game, but I'll just briefly mention it, as you've said that. Mm-hmm. Watch Dogs 3 is based in London.
It is.
I did see that, yeah, I did.
So that might be something you could be interested.
Yeah. I'm interested in that as
also,
well.
by the way, on Watch Dogs 3, we weren't planning on talking about this, but we're just going to mention it.
Okay, I'm good for this.
You can recruit anybody off the streets.
Oh, you can,
and play as them.
I heard
Did you see the video of them playing as the granny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that takes me back to Prototype. Did anyone ever play Prototype?
I didn't.
Oh yes, Prototype.
What is it?
Prototype. So Prototype, you were like this guy who was he'd been like a victim of an awful experiment where he gets these awful powers where he can change parts of his body and weapons and things like that. Mm-hmm. These dark kind of weapons. But he can also he can also absorb people and turn into them. So what you would do is turn into an old lady, and you'd run around fucking and you'd punch someone, and it would punch them across literally across the city, you were that strong.
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was so fun.
That does sound good.
Can I mention my favourite two parts from that GTA thing, by the way?
Oh, go on then.
I thought the idea of having an economy that constantly changes over a period of time sounds wicked, because it's more as the game goes on, you're like, oh.
Could you imagine if you kept a car for 10 in-game years and sold it? It's like a classic car.
Oh, that would be great. I mean, I wouldn't sell that.
Although I feel knowing my luck, I'd keep the car and be like, oh, this will be a classic.
And also
sell it and it'd be like,
also going back to the
a tenth of its original price.
Yeah.
If we went back to the 70s and 80s, you can imagine the nightlife would be great. The nightlife scene on the game. The pastime events, you wouldn't be able to play you go to the arcade, and I can just imagine all the NPCs being there.
By the way, one thing I didn't read out there, but it said it's going to have a very 70s, 80s soundtrack.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's
so
that's nice.
There you go. Speaking of soundtracks,
well, yeah, let's get.
I believe it is time for the amazing band we've had on this week, and that is Plastic Glass once again. So, Davey, did they put their Instagram in the chat?
They actually did, yeah.
They did.
It's so it's Instagram, Plastic Glass Band, all one word.
Okay, so if you want to follow them, that's Plastic Glass Band. They are on Instagram. As I say, they're on Spotify as well, and they're on Facebook as well.
Just to mention, we're a videography company. If you have any other friends or relatives who need stuff like that doing, like music videos, please, by all means, give us a shout. I mean, we'll
give it a go.
We obviously
Yeah,
understand.
we never
that.
talk about that. What we actually
Yeah,
do.
what we actually do.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you know, give us a shout.
But it's all about plastic
DOA
glass now.
Productions
Yeah,
on Facebook. But anyway, back to Plastic Glass. Yeah, so they're also on Facebook, Plastic Glass. And Davey, what's this final song that we're going to play from Plastic Glass?
So this song is Till the End by Plastic Glass. Before we get on that, I just want to remind anyone, if you are in a band or if you sing or into music or do anything like that, you can, you know, send in submissions to DOA page, and, you know, we can see if we can get it on the show.
We'll look at getting you on, yeah. That's all we did here.
Well, anyway, I think it's time to end the show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, it is.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in again. We absolutely love you. We love the interactivity, the support we're getting at the moment. Make sure to catch us every week, exact same time.
And if you ever miss a show, but you do want to listen to it, we do have a page on YouTube, DOA Productions, where we upload all of this.
Yeah. So, yeah, without further ado, till the end.
I think we should take it slow.